All right, well, I am working with somebody else up at the front of the room. We are going to do a little bit of telling time. So let's see. I'm going to grab the highlighter. So what we're going to look at first is this clock. Now there's some different hands of the clock that we want to look at. We see that there is a short one. Here we go, a short one. This is called the hour clock. So we see that this is pointing to the 1. I see, let me see, I'll pick a different color. I'll pick a blue. We see it's pointing to the 1. Now, here is another hand. The other hand is this one right here, and we see that it's a bit longer. This is the minute hand. So when it is up here pointing to the 12, we know that our clock starts right up here at the top of the clock with a 00. It's o'clock. Now, when we look at this clock, we first have to look at the yellow, the hour hand, and we have to say, oh, it's 1. It's 1. Then we see it's pointing up to the 12, which will be our 00. So when we look at our choices, we have either 12 o'clock, we have 1 o'clock, or we have 1:30. Well, I know that it's up here pointing to the 12, so it's o'clock. And I see that the small hand is pointing to the 1. So the answer for this one is 1 o'clock. So I'm going to take, I just am going to pick purple. And I'm going to put my pretend clothespin over or right underneath the 1 o'clock. So this one is 1 o'clock. All right, we're going to just do a couple more. Okay, let's take a look at this one. First thing I do, I look at the hour hand. It's the short one. I see it's pointing. Oh no, it's not pointing directly to the 2, and it's not pointing directly to the 3. What that tells me, almost every single time this will happen, except when it's between the 1 and the 12. But if the hour hand is between 2 numbers, so I see there's a 2 and a 3, we go with the smaller number. So we're going to see that the hour hand is by the 2, so we're going to be able to say it's 2. Now, here is the trick. We know that this is a 00 up at the top. But when we come around the clock, we have to count by 5s because there's 5 minutes in between each of the numbers. So if we say 5, here's a 5, and then I'm going to go from the 1 to the 2. Here's another 5. So if we're counting by 5s, we would say 5, 10, and keep going. 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, and then we're back up around to the top of the clock. So we have to say 5, 10, and we keep going. So 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, and then it's here down at the 6. So we're going to say 30. Let's see if I can make a 3 and a 0. 30. So up here is o'clock, and down here is 30 because we counted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So we can say, first thing we look at is that hour hand. Hour hand's in between the 2 and the 3. We go with the smaller one. We say it's 2. And then we know when it's all the way the the minute hand. Let me see the minute hand. Here's the minute hand. That's down at the 6. We know that that's 30. So we need to look at the hour. It's in between 2 and 3. We say it's 2. And then we count them by fives all the way down to the 6, and it's 30. So the answer is 2:30. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, I see this is the hour hand. It's the short one. It's in between the 9 and the 10. So remember, we have to go to the smaller one. So we see it's 9. And I see that the minute hand is all the way down to the 6. And I know if I counted 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, down at the bottom, it's 30. So we see, once again, between the 9 and the 10, it's 9:30. So here's our 9:30. Okay, let's try this. Going to give you a few minutes to, try to figure out. Let's see, we'll figure this one out. I'm going to just give you a hint. And when you think you know it, write it on the whiteboard. So here's your hint. You're going to start right here. Is it a 7 or an 8? And then here's the minute hand, and it's down at the 6. So would it be an o'clock or would it be 30? Okay, write it on your whiteboard. Okay, I'm going to drag the right clip over. I see it's between the 7 and the 8. Let's see if you were right, if you wrote it on your whiteboard. I see, it's a 7, and I see 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. So here is the right answer. 7:30. Okay, we're going to end with this one. Here's a try. Okay, I'm going to give you a few minutes. Okay, write it on your whiteboard. What time do you think it is? I'm going to first look at the hour hand. It's pointing at a number, and then I see that the minute hand is pointing straight up. So here's the hour hand, here's the minute hand. Here we go. I'm going to drag it to the right answer. Write it on your whiteboard. Let's take a look. All right, it's 10 o'clock. Okay, I hope you were able to follow along and write a little bit on your whiteboard, and we'll keep working on this.